How y'all doing? This is Marcus Parker with your Weekend Books TV Success Tips Volume 2. First of all, let me thank you for all of the overwhelming response to the first volume. We talked about creating your media kit. And of course, what is a media kit? Well, a lot of you responded and said, okay, well, I understand that I need a media kit, but it's hard to get on some radio stations and television stations and everything if you haven't already been on some. So this version is going to be talking about how to start your media kit, more specifically your kit. Okay, so I don't care whether your book is brand new or it could be a few years old. It doesn't matter. That's the beautiful thing about a book. It never gets old. Okay, so what you want to do is contact your local newspaper. Okay, go to your local newspaper and talk to look at the editors, or you can look it up usually online. Find the editor to your local newspaper, or say somebody who may write like a local, it may even be a gossip column or something like that, right? Call them and tell them, hey, look, I'm a local author and I'm looking to get my book exposed. I'm on a national network, weekendbookstv.com, and I'm trying to get my book as exposed to the local crowd. Or better yet, I want to tell all of my local people about my book. Okay? Go to them. They'll usually write an article for you. They'll usually do that type of thing. Very, very, very simple. Radio stations. If you have a radio station in your local area that you may call into from time to time, like say, usually I would say for authors, go with the AM stations, okay? The AM stations in your area. Go see what kind of talk radio or those types of shows that do a lot of the more progressive talk radio, because they will do it all. And remember, all these things that I'm telling you is not just talk. I've actually done all of these things myself. 2004, of course, the product came out in 2004, ended up selling like 7,000 copies, and that was doing these same techniques that I'm now sharing with you all. So we talked about your local newspaper. You want to call them. Your local radio station. You want to call them. If they do a write-up or if they actually do something on you, you want to keep that sound bite so that you can use that to either put on your network, or you can use it as a part of your media kit as well. Let's talk about your local high school. A lot of people forget about this one, but if you are from a certain place and your high school says, hey, yeah, we'd like to, principals, assistant principals, people are very, very, very happy to see people from their alma mater go on to do things like write a book, publish a book, that kind of thing. So you want to contact them as well. College, exact same thing, right? Next, I would say go to your local. A lot of times it's harder to get on a lot of the local TV stations, but it's still a possibility. But all of these tips that I'm telling you, if you were to follow these things, these steps, your local newspaper, local columns, or say weekly publications that could be in your city or your town. Your church sometimes can put out publications from time to time. They'll put out things about what their members are doing. The local AM stations, and remember I said AM stations because they usually have a much, much more loyal following than the FM stations. The FM stations are usually coming high frequency. They usually have a lot more listeners, but they usually are much, much more expensive to get on, and they are so interested in selling that ad space. I'm trying to give you techniques to where you can do this for free without having to go through and pay a whole lot of money to get yourself exposed, at least initially. So as you guys know, all of our Weekend Books TV success tips are brought to you by the independent artists who get their commercials from Weekend Books TV. And today's artist is Essence best-selling author of The Sacred Sermon, my friend Nicole Pierce. Until next time, y'all check it out.